Hello everyone, I am Shirella Lagarde and I will continue to discuss the article number 10. Article number 10. Foodborne Illness Monitoring, Surveillance and Research. Section 34. Foodborne Illness Monitoring and Surveillance. The government, in support of analysis, shall implement the following programs. A. An integrated foodborne illness monitoring system that links to the sources of contamination in collaboration with the DOH and NEC and the NCDPC. And B. Identification of hazards in the food supply chain and assessment of levels of exposure to the hazards. Section 35. Research. The government and the academe shall develop and implement the program of research. Article 11. Policy on Peace. Section 36. Collection of fees. The DA, the DOH, and the LGUs, where applicable, shall be allowed to collect fees for the inspection of food products, production, and food processing facilities, issuance of import or export certificates, laboratory testing of food samples, and other fees as may be deemed necessary. Article 12. Prohibitions, penalties, and sanction. Section 37. Prohibited acts. It shall be unlawful for any person to produce, handle, or manufacture for sale, offer for sale, distribute in commerce, or import into the Philippines any food or food product which is not in conformity with an applicable food quality or safety standard promulgated in accordance with this Act. B. Produce, handle, or manufacture for sale, offer for sale, distribute in commerce, or import into the Philippines any food product which has been declared as banned food product by a rule promulgated in accordance with this Act. C. Refuse access to pertinent records or entry of inspection officers of the FSRA. D. Fail to comply with an order relating to notifications to recall unsafe products. E. Adulterate. E. Adulterate, misbrand, mislabel, falsely advertise any food product which misleads the consumers, and carry out any other acts contrary to good manufacturing practices. F. Operate a food business without appropriate authorizations. G. Connive with food business operators or food inspectors which will result in food safety risks to the consumers. And H. Violate the implementing rules and regulations of this Act. Section 38. Penalty. Any person who shall violate any provisions of this Act shall suffer the penalties provided hereunder. A. For the first conviction, a fine of not less 50,000 pesos, but not more than 100,000 pesos, and suspension of appropriate authorization for 1 month shall be imposed. B. For the second conviction, a fine of not less than 100,000 pesos, but not more than 200 pesos, and suspension of appropriate authorizations for 3 months shall be imposed. C. For the third conviction, a line of not less than 200,000 pesos, but not more than 300,000 pesos. and suspensions of appropriate authorization for 6 months shall be imposed. D. For violation resulting in slight physical injury of a person, upon conviction, a line of not less than 200,000 pesos but not more than 300,000 pesos, and suspension of appropriate authorization for 6 months shall be imposed. The offender shall also pay the hospitalization and rehabilitation cost of a person. E. For violations resulting in less serious or serious physical injury of a person, upon conviction, a line of not less than 200,000 pesos but not more than 300,000 pesos, and suspensions of appropriate authorization for 1 year shall be imposed. The offender shall also pay the hospitalization and rehabilitation costs of a person. F. For violation resulting in death of a person upon conviction, the penalty of imprisonment of not less than 6 months and 1 day but not more than 6 years and 1 day, and a line of not less than 300,000 pesos but not more than 500,000 pesos, and permanent revocation of appropriate authorization to operate a business, a food business shall be imposed. Article 13. Final Provisions. Section 39. Implementing Rules and Regulations. The DA and the DOH shall jointly issue the implementing rules and regulations within 90 days after the effectivity of this Act. Section 40. Separability Clause. If any provisions of this Act is declared invalid or unconstitutional, the other provisions not affected thereby shall remain in full force and effect. Section 41. Repealing Clause. All laws, presidential decrees, executive orders, rules, and regulations inconsistent with the provision of this Act are hereby repealed, amended, or modified accordingly. Section 42. Effectivity. This Act shall take effect 15 days after its publication in 2 newspapers of general circulations. That's all of our report.